My mama, she just divorced my dad, which is why we moved out here. I don't know, it's a nice little place. A little better than the apartment we were living in. I mean, it's definitely gonna need some doing up, you know. Maybe hang up that curtain up there, wash the windows a little, put in the drawers. Still in the moving stages, but I'm gonna help my mama out. I don't know. My mama said I should get a job at some point. There's a nude model in place. She said would be alright. They're just painters and whatnot, she said. I met a new girl named Jolene at the grocery store who works there and says she makes some good money on the side, but sometimes it's not just painting. That's okay. I don't really mind. And she said the guys are awfully nice and they don't ask about your age unless you mention it. And my mama said if they do find out I'm 17, she'll give me permission, which is all they really need. My mama always said I was more of a boys girl, and it's 'cause I'd always be hanging out with the neighbor boys, you know, playing soccer, baseball, or football, and I don't know, as I grew up, I mean, we had a nice little television back at our old house, and my older brother Bobby would always watch it, but I was never much of a TV gal. I always wanted to be out living, you know? And as I got older, I started going to a few more parties, and I was pretty popular in my old town, you know, as the girl you'd always go to if you wanted to have a couple beers or smoke some ciggies or things of the like. I don't know. I don't do much here yet, but I'm just not acquainted. And my mama said I'll be settling in fine soon. So I hope so. I don't know, not that being alone ain't nice, it's just that I don't have much to do. I don't really have much belongings or things like. I brought the soccer ball, but my mama ain't brought my shoes yet, so I'm just kicking around in flip-flops, and it's kind of silly. I don't know, I suppose our other town was a bit smaller. It was, I had a few good friends, though. They were awfully nice, and the man down at the grocery store knew who I was, and he'd always let me buy cigarettes even though I was only 15 when I started, which was awfully sweet of him. I don't know, this town seems like it's got a few more people, but they're so cold. It's so hard to get to know them when you're, you know, in your house all day doing nothing, but I hope they're nice. I don't know, I went down to the store yesterday to buy another pack of cigarettes, and the man name, he said his name was Willard, and I mean, he didn't even ask for my age, he just kind of sold them to me, I suppose. It's because he thought I came from a big town and I was used to it, but I don't know, he seemed like an awfully nice fellow. I can imagine buying groceries from him every day and, you know, picking up a gallon of milk from my ma and chit-chatting about what's going on in the town. And I know I didn't graduate from high school, but all the people I knew said it would be okay. I mean, my mama didn't graduate. My daddy did, but, you know, he's in jail now, so that don't really matter much, I guess. So, you know, it's just one of those things. I think you either do it or you don't, and it don't really matter what you do with your life after that point. You know, as long as you're having a good time and being a good citizen and being nice to your neighbor and, you know, going to church on Sunday, there really ain't nothing to it. Every once in a while you might make a mistake. Many people make mistakes. I think that's just part of it. Part of the fun, part of the sadness. But, you know, without mistakes we wouldn't really be here, I suppose. I know my mama said I shouldn't call myself a mistake. She said that everybody's a part of God's plan, but I knew she didn't want to marry my daddy. I knew she didn't really like him like that. I knew that something must have gone wrong, you know, and then I kind of came out, but it's nice now, you know. It's pleasant. Having a good time, being a good girl, making mistakes.
It makes you feel so bad when you're down and out and you lost everything you had.
Is that good?